Hey, what's up, podcast? This week, I want to give you 2 stories from the playground. Check this out.
This is the Backpack Friends audio experience.
Hey y'all, it's Tom. Listen, I just want to tell you 2 quick stories, man. This has been a crazy start to the new school year. One is, we have a kindergarten teacher who texted me on Thursday this last week. See, one of her students was so excited, man. He was just so excited to get a permission slip from Backpack Friends so that we could deliver food. You sign up stuff for your kids, and we always have to have parents sign off that they consent to us sending home food. It's just to kind of cover ourselves. So anyway, this kid was really excited. Kindergarten. He was so excited to get this form. He was just beaming. I mean, I don't know if you can put yourself in those little shoes or not, but if you can imagine, as a teacher, you see this child every day, and you know that the only food he may have to eat is through the free meal program at school, knowing that when he goes home at night, man, his little tummy has to be hungry. Knowing that over the weekend his parents are struggling. They're working so hard, man. There's just still not enough food to go around. Every time there's an outburst in class, or there's a discipline problem or an anger issue, or just some emotional breakdown as a teacher, and you know how to connect the dots. You know that things would be different at school if things were different at home. I mean, it's not his fault he's hungry, right? I mean, sure. You think about it. In some third world country, this happens all the time. Yeah, sure. In Haiti, Uganda, in Rwanda, in Colombia, but not in America. And not in Texas, and not here. So that was Thursday. And on Friday night, I'm sitting at a high school football game, watching the band perform, and she texts me again. And she says, "Hey, my student got his first bag of weekend food today, and he was so proud of it." What he said to the teacher was, "Miss Allison, now I can eat during the weekend, and I can still leave enough food at home for the rest of my family." That's so great. It breaks. I'm out of words. It's like it breaks my heart, but it's so fulfilling. To everyone who gives, to help everyone who supports this, we are able to completely change this kid's world in 24 hours. So from Thursday into Friday, everything changed for him. Man, his expectations, his hope, his anxiety, his demeanor, his behavior, his view of the world around him changed just in an instant like that. And man, we hear these stories like this all the time. Last semester, one of our counselors called. Hey everybody, look, I just wanted to jump in for a second and say thanks for being here. I am stoked that you're here for the conversation, and I hope you come away inspired and empowered to become more of who you're created to be. If you're new around here, look, you need to know that we believe that leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about caring for those in your charge. For us, that means feeding hundreds of kids every month who come from food insecure homes. And yeah, I would love for you to go to backpackfriends.com, hit the donate button, and join us in that. We would love it if you would join our tribe of difference makers and servant leaders. But also, we do this podcast to encourage and inspire you to find your own unique place of service, for you to see the opportunities around you to serve your city, your community, and become the type of leader that ultimately can serve the world. Someone who's less about being in charge and more about caring for those in their charge. So if that's you, man, buckle up. At the end, I hope you'll leave a review and hit the subscribe button. Or just hop over to backpackfriends.com and discover more about how we're making a difference in the lives of kids. But for now, let's jump back to the rest of the podcast. Last semester, one of our counselors called. There's a brother and sister, first and second grade, had been living in their car with their mom. See, mom was looking for a job, and they were able to park the car in front of their grandmother's house just a few blocks from my office. The mom would take the kids to school very early every morning. They would all go shower in the gym, and then they would eat school breakfast. Well, then mom would drop off the kids for school and go look for a job. So after a few weeks, she came home one day to find out that her car had been towed. See, when you're living in your car and your car is towed away, you don't lose a car. You lose a house. You lose a bed and a desk and a closet and a living room. You lose your toys and books and shoes and jacket and everything else that you didn't have on your back at school that day. Now, this mom was at the end of her rope, and she showed up at the counselor's office. And because of your support, we were able to jump in and to provide food to the kids and to the mother as well. And we're also able to connect them with other family services and help them get back on their feet. See, as a parent, man, I can't imagine being in that situation. I don't know who I would call if I were in that place, in that situation. It breaks my heart to think that a single mom with 2 babies working so hard and to feel like she's had the rug pulled out from under her. And I'm just telling you guys, for most of you listening, for most of us, you'll never have to deal with stories like this on a personal level. You are blessed beyond measure. And so am I, man. For those that are like me, we will never have to deal with that. But for those that find themselves in a situation that they didn't ask for, where sometimes, man, life just happens, we're on a mission to stand in the gap and to bring hope and help through a simple backpack of food for kids. Our tribe of doers, donors, and door openers is amazing. And if you are listening to this and you're not one of us yet, you should join us. Man, we're making a real difference right here in your community. And yes, you can volunteer, you can donate at backpackfriends.com. We need that. But I want to encourage you to make a difference where you are. Use your talents, use your gifts, use them to serve and to create good in your community. That's what leadership is, man. It's not about being in charge. It's about caring for those in your charge. And that is better than popularity. That's legendary. I'll see you soon. Hey, thanks for being here for this, man. It really means a lot. I've got to bounce, but before I go, please, if this podcast brings you any value, please leave a review and then share it with someone you know needs to hear it. We've already got another episode on the way, so be sure and subscribe as well. And in the meantime, you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and you can see how you can help change lives over at backpackfriends.com. I'll see you soon. Thanks.